Today, in this lecture, we will discuss about the using single row functions to customize the output. Clear? So, what are the single row functions? Have a look to this slide. After completing this lecture, where you will be? So, what are the objectives of this lecture? After completing this lecture, you should be able to do the following things, two following things. You will be able to describe the various type of functions available in SQL. You will get the knowledge of some functions. What are functions? Their meaning is dedicated for some specific task. Clear? Might be you have studied about the functions. What are functions in C++? User-defined functions and built-in functions. Clear? So there are also some functions available in SQL as well. They are used for some task, for performing some task, for concatenation, the trunk function, the round function. So there are some functions. Clear? Instring function, length function. So we will discuss about those functions. Use character, number and date functions in the select statement. We will use the character, number and date function in the select statement. So what is the objectives? Functions make the basic query block more powerful, and they are used to manipulate data values. Manipulate means you are going to perform some function, some calculations, some task, some operation on the data values. This is the first of two lessons that explore the functions. It focuses on single row character, number and date and functions. The name of the chapter is also using single row functions. Clear? So what are single row functions? Look at this diagram. Input, the red block you are watching here. Let me show this to you as well. So we'll read this for you. So look at this block, the function block. The input might be more than one argument. Arguments, any data value which you are giving to the function to perform operation on it. Clear? And the output will be the result value, the one result value. Clear? So this is the single row function. Now what is the task of this? So SQL functions are very powerful features of SQL. They can be used for following things: perform calculation on the data, modify individual data items. Modify means change. Their previous form is changed, they will modify it. Manipulate output for group of rows. They will perform some manipulation on the output for the group of rows, for different group of rows. Format dates and numbers for display. They will perform functions on dates and numbers. Clear? And convert column data types. We will convert the column data types as well. So SQL functions sometimes take argument and always return a value. If the function is getting argument from you, the input from you, argument means the input. If you could see this, the argument 1 and up to argument n. The argument might be more than 1, 2, 3, up to the n number of times. And they will return always a value. If you want to know whether a function is SQL 2000 couplet function, refer to the, okay. If there are some functions not working in the 2003 version, if you are using, so always prefer to use the Oracle 11G. Got it? Now we have two types of SQL functions: single row functions and multiple row functions. What is the difference in single row function? The input is 1, output is 1. Clear? Return one result per row. What is the difference in multiple row functions? Input is many, n number of times, but output is always 1. Clear? So two types of SQL function. They both are single row function. Output is always 1 or one row or single output. And input might be 1. If input is 1, that is single row function. If that is many, so that is multiple row function. You got it? So two types of SQL functions. There are two types of functions: single row and multiple row function. These functions operate on single rows only and return one result per row. There are different types of single row function. So this lesson covers the following ones: character, number, date, conversion, general, and multiple. Functions can manipulate group of rows. You can apply the function on different groups to give one result per group. Per group will give you one result. Definitely group contains many rows. So many arguments will give you just one result. Clear? These functions are also known as group functions, covered in lesson 5. If you remember, I already covered that before. Clear? The grouping, the group by, and the group functions, average, count, minimum, maximum. Clear? So they are applied on groups. You are applying that on department number 10 and output is 1. Clear? So today we will just discuss about the single one. Now read the slide. So what is single row functions? Single row functions, what they will do? Manipulate data items, manipulate operations, calculations, accept argument and return one value. It will accept the arguments means input, and return one value result. Act on each row that is returned. They will act on each row. You can apply that on different things as well. Return one result per row. If you are applying these on 5 rows, so for each row they will give some output.
5 rows.
No, not 5. Separately. Act on each row that is returned. If you want to return any row, it will act on it. Clear? So it means that basically you can apply that on all the rows, one by one. Clear? I will show you. Inshallah, we are going to start the practical. You will get the idea. So return one result per row. Definitely there will be one result for one row. Clear? And for multiple functions, multiple row functions, we already covered that before. That we have selected all the department and average is 1. Clear? So we are talking about single row function. One argument, one result. In the previous we discussed many arguments, one result. May modify the data type. You can modify the data type. I will write a query as well today to show you to search a record which is not matching. I wrote a query which is not matching the record in the database, but I will change its data type, or I will change its the case sensitivity. If it is stored in the uppercase, I will change it to lower to search it. So this is possible with the help of single row functions. So can be nested. You can nest it. You can use one function in another. If last time you remember, I used the sum function in the average function. Do you remember? So accept arguments that can be a column or expression. I can give a column or expression. Expression is any formula. So I can give a column or expression to a function and he will handle it. Clear? So look at this, the general syntax. Function name, the function which you are going to use, and the argument. Argument 1, argument 2, and so on. Clear? So we already discussed about this thing, that single row functions are used to manipulate data item. They accept one or more arguments and return one value for each row that is written in the query. And user supplied constant, they may be a variable value, they may be a column name, or maybe you are sending an expression. So what are the features of single row function? Act on each row, return one result per value, possibly returning a data value of different type, possibly accepting one or more arguments, and can be used in select, where, and order by clause, and can be nested as well. This all is the property of your function. Clear? So single row function, these are the single row functions: the character functions, the general functions, the number function, the conversion functions, and the date functions. Clear? So these are some of the functions. as I told you that there are some different functions: character, general, conversion, date and number. Let me give you a little bit explanation of that as well to clear your idea. So character functions, they accept the character input and can return both character and number values. They can send a number, you give them the character input, and might be they are giving you a character output or a number output. Both type is possible. Number functions, they accept number and return number. Clear? Date function, operate on values of date, higher date, joining date, leaving date, these type of dates. Date function is used on date types. All date function return a value of date data type except the months between. Months between is a one word function. I will tell you about that, what is months between, to calculate the month. Later on in the upcoming slides I will show you. So which returns a number. These month between will return a number, and the rest of that they will return a date. Clear? Conversion functions convert a value from one data type to another. And the general functions, NVL, NVL2, null if, collapse, case and decode. These are some advanced functions which are in the database administration fundamentals 2. We already discussed about NVL1. So let's come to the character functions. Character functions are of two types. One is the case conversion functions. Clear? We have a function named lower, upper and initial cap. Clear? Initial cap means the first letter should be capital. Upper means all the column or all the word where you are applying this function, that all should be in capital alphabets, in capital letters. Lower will convert it into a lower case. Clear? Concate function, substring function, length function, instring function, left padding and right padding function. So what are the working of them? We will see that in the next slide. So look at here how they work. Case conversion functions. Lower case, if you write it like lower SQL course, what is the result?
All of them lower.
All of them is in lower characters. If you write upper SQL course, all of them is in upper case. If you write initial cap, it means that initial letter should be capital, then the rest of them in the word is smaller letters, small letters. So only the S of the SQL is capital and C of the course is capital. So these are the function: initial cap, upper and lower. So what the lower function will do, it will convert the mixed case or upper character to the lower, this lower one. What the upper will do, the upper will convert any type to the upper case, to the capital letters. Clear? So now I am going to write a query to show you that how this works. So I am writing it here. Select upper, and I am writing here the name of first of all, let me see that how many columns we have in the employees. Employees or employee? Connected with the HR. Yes. So we have the first name. Clear? We have the first name and the last name. So they both are, their both first letter is capital and the rest of that is in lowercase. So I'm writing here that select upper, the first name, first underscore name from employees. So look at here, all the name is changed to uppercase. Clear? The name was not in this case. Look at here, Donald, Jennifer, Michael, Pat, Susan. they are in initial cap, clear? But if you see the second query, so now they all are changed in the uppercase, clear? Now I'm writing to change it into lowercase. Select the lower is a single row function. Now this time I'm writing the last name, last underscore name from employees. So this time all the name is changed into lowercase, clear? This time I'm writing that select upper first underscore name as, you can use the column alias or not, that is up to you, whatever you use, clear? I'm using the concatenation symbol. Let me change the language. What is the concatenation symbol? Vertical bar, clear? And the lower as the last underscore name from what? From employees, clear? So let me insert a literal character string. You know what is literal character string?
Double. Just the space, make a space if you know.
Look at here. The first name is in capital and the second name is in lowercase. Clear? If I am writing the same query, but look at here, this query. Select the job ID for uppercase, so the last name will be displayed as in uppercase and the job ID will be displayed in lowercase as employee details. I'm running this query. Let me copy it. So this is the query, clear? So the job ID for what? This is the name, O'Connell, is, this is the literal character string, this is the literal character string, this is the function, single row function upper, and this is the column name, last name. So last name, O'Connell, Grant, Wellen, Fay, Myrwes, these are changed into the uppercase. And the job ID, look at this, sh underscore clerk, sh underscore clerk, they are changed to the lowercase. And I use the column alias with the name of what? Employee details from the employee table. Did you get the function upper, lower, and this?
Yeah.
And if you use this function, that I'm applying this on the job ID, clear? So select initial cap, this function, okay? I'm using this initial capital on the job underscore ID, job ID. I'm applying it on the job ID and giving it the column alias as the job from employees. So look at here. Now the initial letter of the job ID is both capital A, N, A, F, A, H, R, I, P. So they all are, initials are capital this time, clear? So this is the working of lower, upper and initial capital. Now using the case conversion functions, so the lower, upper and initial capital, They are also used in the case conversion. I'm going to write a query. If you could see that there is one guy with the name of Higgins in the database, his last name is Higgins. I'm going to select employee ID, last name, and department ID. Select the employee ID, job ID, comma, and the department ID it was. Yes, last name and department ID. Last name and department ID from which table? From employees. Where the last name is equal to what? Look at Higgins. Initial is capital. No, initial is a small, okay? H-I-G Higgins. This one. Now let me execute the query, it will not work. So it is not showing me any record. But I know there is one guy Higgins in the employee. So it is not showing me. Now there are thousands of employees in the database. So a human memory is not stronger enough to remember the names and the initial letter of each and every employee. Clear? Now what is the solution? How I am going to search this Higgins? I want to see his employee ID, his last name and department in which Higgins is working. Clear? You are the database administrator. You know the guys by their names and you know their names are saved in database. So there is one guy with the name of Higgins, he's working in the department. So you don't know in which department he's working. But now you run the query, it is not showing you the name. So might be you are thinking that there is some spelling mistake or what is the problem. But there is as I told you, that the character search is totally run on pattern matching. If you remember, like in the initial lecture we have worked equal to and the operators, different operators. Now what is the solution? The solution is in the lower case. Clear? Now what is the problem? I will tell you the problem. What is the problem? The problem is that in the database, the name is saved with the initial capital Higgins. Look at here. Now this will show me the result. Higgins is there. But I was searching it with the small. So look at here. Now it is not showing me Higgins. What is the solution? I will apply the function on this all column. So I have converted all the capital letters to the small just to search it. Look at here. I just put it in the bracket and I give the instruction where apply the lower single row function. Now look at this query. Now this will search. Clear? Because it has converted all the column in lowercase for me. Clear? What actually happened? Where's the marker? What has happened? In the database, the last name. What is the last name? There is Higgins, John, and so on. But I am searching it with the small name. So it is not finding this one in the database, because character or name search will find out when it is accurate. When you are providing the accurate spelling, the accurate case sensitivity. But now I know that there is one guy Higgins in the database, but it is not showing me the result. So what I have done, I have given him the instruction that last name convert this all to lowercase and then match it. Because I have given you the instruction in lowercase. In the database, actually it is not in lowercase. But for me, convert all the column and now then search. So what this function will do, this will change all the column to the lowercase and then match it. When it match, so it will show you that this is Higgins. Clear? The search is performed on the lowercase which you given, but it will show you the actual result of the database. Behind that, conversion is performed. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Uppercase also will find it wrong.
Yeah. Look at here. Now, I know, I got that in the database, the name is Higgins and H is capital. So what I will do, I will use the initial cap function. Initial letter should be capital. Clear? So then I need to provide the same here with the initial capital as well. Clear? I will check that whether there is any John, whether there is
G-A-N or G-O.
Let me check the record. So Austin, I'm going to watch the record of Austin. So find out the record of Austin. So Austin is displayed. Clear? This time it is matching the initial word capital. Clear? If you change it to small, it will not work. Clear? Then use the lowercase. Then you will use the lowercase. Now this will search it. Did you get it? Now let's come to the next slide. We have different functions. Concate function. So these are the character manipulation functions. Before that, we have saw the conversion functions. Clear? These are the using case conversion functions. Now let's come to the character manipulation functions. The manipulation operations on the character data. So there is one function with the name of concate. What does mean by concate? Concatenate function. The symbol we use, the double vertical bar. So there is a word concate. It means it will combine two strings with each other. The string which you provide in the bracket of concate function, it will combine it. Clear? Hello world. Hello is separately written here. Hello is separately written and world is separately. And in the result it is combined. Clear? Substring. What the substring will do? The substring will, all the definitions are here. You can see, extract a string to determine the length. If you want to find out the length of a string, that what is the length? So find out the length of the first word. Clear? Hello and world. Clear? So these are two strings. Because W is the capital letter, so the second string is started. So you give the instruction that show me the length of first string till 5. This complete is a string, okay? Sorry, this complete is a string. If there is a space, then there are two strings. There is no space. If it is like that, so then there are two strings. So this is one string, hello world, and it contains 10 characters. How many? 10 characters. Now you say that there is one string and show me the string till 5 characters. Substring. So it will show you the string till 5 characters. HELLO. So 5 characters. If you write here 6, so then W will be added. If you 7, then O. If you write 10, hello string complete will be displayed. Clear? The length function. If you want to see the length of any column, any string, clear? Any attribute in the database, you want to see the character length, so you will use the length function. It will count the spellings. How many spellings are there in your name? 10, 20, 15, whatever. So there are 10, so it is mentioned. Instring. Instring is a function which finds the numeric position of any specific character provided by you. If you provide that in this string hello world, at which position the character W is. So it is at position number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So W is here. So the position is 6. So you said that show me the position of W. If you write show me the position of D, so then it will display 10. Clear? So it is counting the position of characters. Clear? The length function will count all of the characters. The in string will count the position of any character you want. Now the left padding. What is the left L pad? The left padding. Return an expression left padding to the length of n character with a character's expression. If you write salary, clear, and salary 10 and show me this, so it will show you, it will hide the left, it will show you the 10 statics. Clear? We will use this function as well. If you use the R pad, so it will show you the same on the right side. Replace. Replace is one more function. Look at here, there are two words, Jack and Jew. So replace the J with the BL. So what the new string will become? They will become from Jack to black. Clear? You replace the J and the J with the BL. Clear? So the new string will become black and blue. You get it? Trim. Trim is one more function. We are also using the trim function in VB, Visual Basic. Trim means to finish any character. So trim, what trim? H from the hello world. If you write the H from the hello world, so H is gone, it is trim. You know what is trimming? You cut the hairs and you say to the barber, trim my hairs. So trimming means to finish everything. Clear? So these are the functions, we will see the working of them. Clear? And one more thing, you can use this function as upper and lower case as well. They will work fine. And ampersand substitution as well. Substitution means during the time of execution, you can provide the column names. You remember about substitution? Substitution means it is asking from you the column names during the time of execution. It is in the lecture. Yeah, with the help of ampersand sign, not dollar sign. Now this is one query. Clear? First of all, we will discover this query one by one. So you will get the idea of each string, each function. Clear? So first of all, I'm writing that select what? Concat. Concat is the function. Yeah, concatenation. The first underscore name. No, not plus. The last underscore name. We are not working in SQL. Clear? So comma is used because we are passing them as the arguments. Clear? So this is argument number 1 and this is argument number 2, from which from employees. Wait, what is the problem? I am selecting the employee ID also, okay? That employee underscore ID, comma, concat as name. Look at here. Employee ID is displayed. This one. Concatenation is performed. The first name is connected now with the last name. So Donald, O'Connell, and these are connected. Clear? So first name is concatenated with the last name. and I give it the column alias as name. Clear? Now see the rest of the part of query. So now, did you saw the first part of the query, the concatenate? Now I'm going to use the length function. Job ID. I'm going to use the length function on the last name that show me the length of the last name. What is the length of the last name? So I'm selecting one more thing here, that job ID, show me the job ID, and now I'm using one function, the length. Length is the function, and of what length you want to find out? The last underscore name. I want to find out the length of this one. Oh, what's the problem? Okay, we missed the comma. We missed the comma here, okay? Here is comma, because this is a separate column, this is a separate column, this is a separate column, and this is a separate column. You can write it on one line, but just to show you, I just split that, okay? So now execute it. So look at the length of last name. Clear? So this is last name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here it starts. O is also O'Connell. And 5, Grant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also include the last name here to see that whether this function is working fine or not. So I'm writing here last underscore name as well. Show me the last name as well. So look at here. This is the last name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The length is 6, 9, 3, 6, 4. Clear? So length function will count whatever value you pass. If you send it the first name, if you send it the job ID, it will just count the characters. Now look at the next part of the query. In the string, the function which we discussed before, Instring function, this one, Instring, clear? That show me the Instring, this one, Instring last name. If you find wherever the last name A, just display it to me. Clear? So I will write here, look at here, after this comma, in string, in str is the function, and I will pass the last name to it. The first argument, there are two arguments. So the first argument is last underscore name, and what I want to find out in the last name, I want to see that whether they have any A character. So I'm writing that find out A. In a string, you find out A. So what you display? Display the column alias. Display the column alias that it contains A. If not, then it will not. So column alias is that it contains what? It contains the A. Clear? And that's it. A question mark also. Now I'm going to execute this, so you will see how it works. So look at here. How many A it contains? 0. How many A? Wait. Yeah, it is showing you the position of A. Clear? If you want to write that, show me the position of N. So now the position of N is 4. Here it is also 4. Here it is 6. Here it is 9. Here it is 0 because there are no N. Clear? So it will show you the position of characters, the in string.
If we have 2n in one string.
We have 2n in one string. So it will count the first one. Look at here in the first one. C-O-C-O-N. So it just took the first one. Clear? So if you find out the a, so right here a. Now this is function. Now let's come to the where clause. Now I'm going towards the where clause. We discuss about concat function, the length function, the instring function, and now we are going towards one more function, that is the substring function. Clear? The substring function. What is the substring function? Where the substring job ID 4, position is 4, and what is equal to REP. In the job ID, from the position 4, you find out the word REP, just display it. Clear? So I'm going to write where the substr, the substring, now 2 arguments. The first one is that in the job on which you are applying, I'm applying it on the job ID, comma, and from which position in the job ID you want to find out that specific word. I want to find out that specific word at position 4, and what is that word is equal to, which you want to find out. That is equal to REP, this word. I want to find out this word. Now look at this. Look at the job ID. Clear? So now this time it is showing you all of the records. Clear? You can see the position of this one, M1 K2 underscore 3, and R position is 4. Look at this one, HR underscore 3, and R position is 4. If you change the position, that show me all the job IDs, show me all those records in which in their job ID the position of the R is 3. Look at here. So it will show you nothing, because in the job IDs all the REP position is 4. Clear? If you write here 5, nothing will be shown. If you write here 4, now it is showing you, because look at the position of this. Clear? Look at the query. What is the query? Select the employee ID, concatenate the first name with the last name. So first name is concatenated with the last name, and the column alias is the name. Now show me the job ID. The job ID is displayed. And last name, show me the last name. The last name is also displayed. Show me the length of the last name. What is the length of the last name? 1, 2, 3. So this is the length of the last name. In the last name, where is the position of A? Clear? So contains A. So you will see the position of the A is in each and every one. Clear? In the last name, the position of A is 2. The position of A is 2, 2, 0, and so on. Clear? Now from employees, look at the condition where in the substring the job ID, in the job ID where at the 4th position, if you find out this word REP from the 4th place, from the 4th character, this word will be start. Show me all those records. So it will check in the job ID. So job ID 1, 2, 3, 4. From 4th R is start. So in the job ID from the 4th place, from the 4th position, this word start. So it will show you all those records. Clear? Any question? If you modify the query this a little bit, the query which we wrote, yeah, the last query. If you modify the last query a little bit, if you modify the last query a little bit, the query which you wrote above, that show me the substring, and in that the last name comma -1 comma 1 is equal to the last character. All those values, their last character is n. Show me all of those records. So look at here, their all last name, last character is n. Clear? Did you get it? Let me check. This will be, their first character is W. Clear? So it means that -1. So your last name is this one. So -1 is what? -1 character. Clear? From the last -1 and then match the one character. Which one character? This one character, this one, N. Clear? Or match the A. So these are the all records, their last character is A. Or display me all those whose last character is H. So these are all the names. Did you get it? Now look at the next slide. So we have some number functions. We discussed about the previous functions. Now let's come to the number functions. Round, trunk and mode. Clear? So where we will apply these functions? I will use one different table to apply these functions. What is the function of round? If you have studied in the mathematics, the round function, the round value to specify a decimal. Look at the value in the round. If you use the round function, I provided a value 45.926. Clear? So 92 is a complete figure. 92 is a complete figure, and 6 is greater than 5. So it is greater than 5, so it will consider it as 93, not 92. Clear? So this is known as the round off. Round off means to change the value to the specified decimal. Now the value is 45.926, and this 6 is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is greater than 5. So it means near to the 10. Got it? So you said that round off it to 2 characters. Clear? So it will round it off. So it will make it 93. So it is near to 10. So this will not be 92 anymore. This will be 93. This is the round function, which is used in statistics as well. Clear? Now look at the trunk function. The trunk function, what the trunk function will do? The trunk function will just value to the specified trunk the value. Trunk means just reduce the value or just stable the value to the nearest decimal. So the value is 45.926, and you said the trunk it to the 2 decimal. So round function will go to the highest one, and trunk function will come back to the stable one. So it will, there is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 point. So it will come back to the 92 one, and the value is 45.92. This is the difference between trunk and round. Round will go to the highest one to make a new figure, and trunk will come back to the fixed one. 92 is fixed. If you are using the trunk from the round function, so 6 is greater than 5, so it will change it to 93. If you use the trunk function, so 92.6, but it will just remove the 6 and 92 is a complete decimal there. So it will come back into the 92. And now the mode function. The mode function will just give you the remainder, returns the remainder of division. You know what is the remainder? 7 ones are 7. So what is the remainder? 2. So it will return you that value. The value which is not divided, which remains behind. So this is known as the mode function. You get it? So these are the functions. Now look at it in the query. Now one more thing. I am going to use a table dual. Dual is a table. That table contains only one row and the value x is stored in that. First of all, let me show it to you. The query. I'm going to write the query, then you will get the answer. Select round, clear, and in the round I'm writing 45.926, comma, round it till 2 decimal, comma, writing round 45.926, clear, or writing any other value, 94.7, and round it to 2 values, clear, and using one more function. What was that? That was still round. Okay, 3 function but with different values. Okay, look at it. 2 0 926 45.926. The value is 926. It's 923. It's okay, no problem. But now comma -1 from a table named dual. Dual is a table in a system. I will explain. Look at the values. The first round, look at the first round. It is not that round. Round 1, fight. Round 2, this is not that round. This is the name of the function round. Have you played Taken 3? Street Fighter? Round 1, fight. This is not that one round. So, round 1, the value is 45.923, and round it till 2 characters. So the value is 45.93. Why the last 3 is not considered? Because I told you, if it is greater than 5, it will round it out to the highest one. But it is less than 5, so it just round off the 3 and just give you the 92. Now look at this one. Round off till 0. It means that after, I don't want any value after decimal. So these 3 will be rounded off till 0. Clear? And you said that round off till -1. Clear? So it will give you this value. Now I'm changing the value. 26 and 26. Look at here. It is changed to 93, 46 and still 50. If you change it to 1, now after decimal you just got one digit. It means that round off it till what? Till 1 digit. Round off till 0, nothing. I just want this value. Round off till 2, till this the value is displayed. In here, till this the value is displayed. In here, till this the value is displayed. And if you write -1, so it just round off till 0. Clear? So -1 is gone and 0 is written. So now what is dual? So let me tell you about the dual table. What is dual table? You get the idea about the round function. So the dual is a table owned by the system. It is a table in a system and can be accessed by all the users. All users can access it. It contains one column, dummy column. Dummy means artificial, not actual. Clear? One dummy column and one row with the value x. The value of x is stored in that. I will show you. The dual table is useful when you want to return a value only 1. Clear? If you want to return a value only once, we will use the dual table. Clear? I just give a fixed value and I just get it back. So for that I use dual table. So for example, the value of a constant pseudo column or expression that is not derived from any table. I am not deriving any value from employee table, from department table, from the course table. I am providing a fixed constant value. Look at here. I just provided those constant values. They came from nothing. They came from nowhere. Clear? If I write here employee, so it is returning it to me for how many times? For 107 times. Clear? So that's why I use a dual table. Dual is a table which contains what? Look at here. Select all from dual. So dual is a table with a column named dummy and only one row, and the value x is stored in that. Clear? So if you just want to display one row, if you are performing any calculation, you just want to display it once, so we will use the dual table. This is a table used by system. Clear? So the dual table is generally used for completeness of the select clause syntax, because both select and from class are mandatory and several calculations do not need select from the actual tables. Clear? So we need to fulfill the requirement. I cannot use round function without select and from. Can I use? I cannot use the round function directly, just round, round, round and round, and there is no select and there is no from. It is not possible. So to fulfill the criteria, to fulfill the requirement, so I will write select my functions and then from dual table. So condition is full, that suppose get 60 marks, you are pass. That is condition. So now the condition for using function is select and from. So I cannot leave them. So I just use the dual function. Is it clear?
Yes.
So look at the slide number 15. The trunk function. I'm going to use the same query, this time with the trunk function. Clear? Select trunk 45.923, comma 2, trunk 45.923, comma 0, comma trunk 45.923, comma -1 from dual. Now look at here, what will be the result? Trunk 3 is gone. Look at 0, just 45 is displayed. And look at here, in the trunk function you said that remove the -1, remove the -1 character before the decimal. So before the decimal there are 2 digits, 4 and 5. So you said that -1, don't show me the -1, so it becomes 0. If you write here 2, they both are become 0 because there are 2 digits. If you write here that 1, 4, 5 and you write here -2,
Only one.
so 1, 0, 0, 2 are become 0 and 1 is displayed. Clear? If you write -3, 0. Clear? Now this is the working of trunk function. Look at the slide number 16. Now I'm going to use the mode function. What is mode? Select employee ID and salary and mode. Mode is a function. On which column I'm going to apply the mode? On the salary column. On the salary column I'm going to apply the mode. So this is the salary will be divided by what? salary will be divided by 5,000. Clear? From which table? From employees. And where the job ID is equal to what? REP. This is the condition. Don't divide the salary of all the employees. Just divide the salary of those employees whose job ID is REP. Clear? It is not RIP. Rest in peace. It is REP. So, wait. Okay, where job ID is SA underscore RIP. So job ID is SA underscore RIP. So look at here. His salary is 10,000 divided by 5,000, 0. Remainder is 0. Clear? Because 10,000 divided by 5,000. Remainder is nothing. Remainder means what is remaining. Clear? So 9,500 is divided by 5,000. What is remaining? Yes. Look at here. Let me show you. So, what was that? 9,500?
Yes.
9,500. 9,500 divided by 5,000. Clear? So, if you multiply 5,000, look at here. 5,000 multiplied by 2, what is the result? 10,000. So 10,000 is greater than or less than 9,500? Greater than. So you cannot multiply 5,000 for 2 times. So how many times you will multiply the 5,000? 5,000 multiplied by 1, which is equal to what? 5,000. Clear? Now 9,500 minus 5,000, what is remaining? 4,500. This one. So this is performed for all of them.
When you divide 9,500, it's coming 1.9. How is coming remaining?
Which one?
9,500 divided by 5,000, yes?
Mm-hmm.
If you divide it, see how much is remaining 1.9.
Why it is remaining 1.9?
Divide.
What is happened with the help of mode function. Clear? So this is the query for mode function. Now let's come to the next one. Okay, using the sysdate function. What are the sysdate function? The system date functions. Clear? So I want to display the system date. So select sysdate. Sysdate is a function from which table? From dual. So what is the system date? 10 July 2017. 10 July 2017. Got it? If you dual is just a table.
Just empty table. Like
Empty table, just one row is saved in that. Clear? If you write employee, it will return you what? 107 dates. It will return you 107 dates. Clear? So don't get confused what is dual. Clear? To get the system date. And you can also use the, okay, one more thing. That is a very important point. So this point is very important. System date. System date is a date function that returns, let me reduce the size of that so I could read it easily. So system date is a date function that returns the current database server date and time. Clear? You can use sysdate just as you would use any other column name. So it will return you a system date. For example, you can display the current date by selecting system date from a table. It is customary to select system date from a dummy table called dual. Now note it down, this point. System date return the current date of your system set for the operating system on which the database resides. On which there is a database, it will return you the value of that system. Clear? Hence, if you are in a place in Australia and you are connected to a remote database, clear? You are sitting in Australia and you are connected to any other database in Canada. Got it? So a remote database in a location in the United States, US. You are sitting in Australia and you are connected to a remote database which is in United States, America. So in that case, sysdate function will return the US date and time, not the Australia one. Clear? In that case, you can use the current date function that return the current date in the session time zone. The current date function and other related time zone functions are discussed in detail in the course titled Oracle Database Administration, the Fundamentals Part 2. So this is how, if you are using the remotely administration and you are using the system date, so it will return you the one where you are connected, not your system one. Clear? So that was something which I just feel to give you the knowledge of that. So arithmetic with dates, you can perform the arithmetic operations on the date as well. So add or subtract a number of table. Let me change the size. Arithmetic with dates, add or subtract to or form a date for a resultant data value. Subtract two dates to find the number of days between those dates. If you want to find out your age, how you will find out that how many, what's my age? You will just minus today date from your date of birth. So you will get the remaining days. So minus is now this time performed on the date function, on the date value, sorry. You can add the dates, you can subtract the dates, and you can add the hours to a date by dividing the number of it by 24 hours. You can apply a lot of arithmetic operation on date. 10 July 2017, 14 September, whatever the date is. So look at here. System date, higher date divided by 7 as weeks. I'm going to write a function, a query that select what? Select the employee name, what was that? Employee ID, last name. Select the last name, comma. The function is that I am going to apply it on the higher date. So look at this one. System date minus higher date. Clear? So system date, today date, system date minus higher date, the date of hiring. It's higher underscore date. Yes, higher underscore date. Higher underscore date divided by 7 and give it the name as weeks. From which table? From employees table. So look at here, 942 weeks. 942 weeks, 900 this and this. Clear? These guys higher date. Let me show you their higher dates. What are their higher dates? (21 June 1999). So how many weeks he has spent it in the organization? 942 weeks till 10 July 2017. 27 years. Clear? So this is calculating the weeks. Did you get it? So you can perform these functions, whatever. This is just one query. Let me show you the second one. So date manipulation functions. Months between, number of months between two dates. If you want to see that how many months are spent, how many months are there when I was born, so how many months I am now. You want to find out your age in months. So months between is a function. Add months. If you want to add some months, add 2 months, 3 months to the date. So add month is used. Next day. Next day is a function which will show you the next day. Last day is a function which will show you the last day of the month. Next day means today is Friday. So on which date the next Friday will be. Got it? Round and trunk. Round function will round the date and trunk function will trunk the date. Clear? So all this is mentioned here in detail. Inshallah, see that at home. I'm just going to write the query. Now look at this. The using date functions. Function and months between. So 1st September 1995 and 11 June 1994. How many months are spent in between those two dates? 19.67 months. Add months. How many months you want to add? So this is the date and you want to add 1 month. What is the current next date? 29 February 1996 and this is 31 January 1996. 1 month is added. Clear? Next day, 1st September 1995 Friday. When will be the next day Friday in the same month? The next day will be on 8th September 1995. The Friday will be. Clear? Last day. What is the last day of 1st February 1995? It is 28 February 1995. Did you get it? Now I'm going to write the query. So let me show you the query. This is the query, okay? Select employee ID, hire date, months between this. So give it the name tenure. Clear? So look at here. I'm going to write a query. Select employee underscore ID, comma, hire date and months between system date and hire date. Last name, comma. Now months underscore between two arguments I need to pass. The system date, sys date, comma, and the date of hiring. So hire underscore date and give it the name as tenure. Clear? Give it the name as tenure. So now I will run this query from which? From employees. So how many months are between the hire date and the system date? 216. But when you convert into weeks, that was 900 weeks. Clear? Now the next part of the query. Let me break the query so you will understand that better. The next part of the query say, add month to the hire date, add 6 months and give it the time review. So I'm going to add month and give it sys date, comma, and add it in the hire date, hire underscore date, and how many months you want to add? 6, and give it the name review. Clear? Now execute this. Wait. Okay, comma is missing here. So this is the review. What is the hire date? What is the hire date? I'm displaying here the hire date. Hire underscore date, comma. I'm executing this one. Look at here. Hire date is 21 January 1999 and 6 months is added. So June. So 6 months are added, December. In January it is added, July, September, March. It's clear? Now look at the next part of the query. The next day and the last day. Next day. So next day, hire date, Friday and last day. Next underscore day. So the next day of what? Of system or not? It was hire. Hire date. Clear? Hire underscore date, comma, Friday. Friday, and show me the last day of its date. Sorry, yeah, day. The last, the hire underscore date. Clear? Now execute it. So look at here. The next day, the date of hiring is 21. Clear? So the Friday is on 25 June 1999. Clear? The last date of that month was 30th June. Clear? 13 January was the hire date of employee number 2. So the next day was what? 14 June, the Friday. The last day is 31 January. Sorry, January, it's not June. 17 September was the hire date. The next day was 18 September. And the last day of that month was 30th September. Clear? Now, where the months between system date and hire date is less than 100, you can apply this condition or whatever the condition you want to. Clear? Now look at the last slide. Round, sys, system date and month, month and year, trunk. So these are the two functions. I'm just writing this query quickly to give you the review about what is done in that query. Clear? So look at here. Select employee ID, hire date, round the hire date month, and trunk the hire date month. From employees, where the hire date is like percent 1997. Look at this one. Hire date is 17 August 1997, 97. When you round it off, 1 month is rounded off. Clear? 17 August. So it is rounded off. What has happened? It has just gone to the 1st September. Increment is performed. Now look at the trunk. What is performed in the trunk? The date is gone back from 17 to the 1st August. Got it? Same 25th June. So it become 1st July. And in the trunk function, it become 1st June. Is that clear? And what is the summary? The summary is that in this lesson you should have learned how to perform calculations on data using functions and modify individual data items using function. And that's it, what we discussed today. I hope that has give you a vast idea about single row functions. Thank you very much.